Hi, I'm Bart Hansen. I'm the owner and lead instructor for CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the instructions in the video description.
The game I want to review on is a 5-5-10 at the bicycle.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a game like early in the morning, like about 6 o'clock. So we're like the last table, so we're literally the last three poker players in the room.
So I wanted to ask you a
And
question. When you emailed me in, Hayden, I don't know if you're a regular there, but this is a new structured game there, right? Is it 1,500 buy-in or something? Like they just started doing it.
I don't know. I'm not a regular at the bicycle.
Oh, okay.
But they have their Oceans as well. So
Yeah,
I think it's just a new thing, the next level after the $5 games.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's three guys. We're effective me, which is about 2.1K,
Okay.
and so I'm on the button, and I got the $10 button straddle thing, and
Oh, it's a button
the villain's
straddle. It's a button straddle?
yeah.
Oh, because you
Well,
guys
it's a 5-5-10, and I'm on the button,
and you're
so I
playing
put the $10 there.
because you're playing three-handed.
Yeah, but when I got to the table, they said, "Hey, it's 5-5-10."
Okay, but you're
And I just treated it like it was a 5-5-10 with the 10 straddle.
but you're three-handed, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so the button's straddle. Okay, so you're in a good spot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the villain's in the big blind, and the third player is not really doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But he completes a small blind, and then the villain makes it 55. He usually makes it 55 or 65 pre-flop. And then I have king 3 of clubs on the button, and so I think this is enough to go to see a flop. So I call as well.
And the small blind
And then
folds.
small blind calls.
Small blind calls. So what I was going to say here is this is interesting because when you emailed me ahead of this one in, like three-handed, I think a lot of nitty guys would be like, "Oh, just fold, just fold." Some guys would be like three bet, and then some guys would be like call. I think your hand is too strong to fold. I mean, it's 5-5-10. I mean, he did make it large, but I mean, you're three-handed. You have a suited king. The question becomes, do you want to try to drive the small blind out if he's playing like a limp anything type of strategy? We had somebody post talking about like, well, this new school like three bet linearly. Like I like three bet like the bottom part of my playing range, and I said no, actually you're supposed to three bet the better hands and call with the bottom part of your playing range. I don't hate the call. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate the call as the bottom part of your playing range here. So you make the call. Okay, three ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the villain in the big blind, he has like 5,000, and he's very aggressive, likes to thin value a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to play too bloated of a pot. I'm not going to get that many folds, is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And also the small blind is kind of a weak player, so I don't really care if he sees the flop out of position.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get a really dream flop. We'd already been playing a lot of hands, so I get a really dream flop of ace of club, six of club, and five of club.
Ace of clubs, six of clubs, five of clubs. Okay, wow, you flop it. Yeah.
And the pot's 165, and it's a really nice board because there's an ace on the board.
Sure.
So small blind checks, big blind bets 65. So so since we're really deep, I want to try and play for stack. So I raise it to 175.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the small blind folds.
So I'm a big fan. I don't know if you know my work, but I'm a big fan of playing the nut flush draw fast. Now, the only thing about your hand is that what's interesting here is that because you have king 3, it means that somebody could actually have a queen high flush draw here too. Whereas usually, like in a regular full-handed game, you're not playing king 3. Like you're gonna have king jack or king queen. But I do feel like if you fast play the nut flush, it's actually the best way to get the most amount of action. People are like, oh, well, you're not raising anything else, unbalanced. I mean, I can sort of acknowledge that, but if you wake up like on the turn or call again on the turn and raise the river, like if I have the queen high flush here, or let's say I have a 9 high flush and you play the hand fast, you're going to get pretty much all my money. But if I go bet and you call and I bet turn and you call and then I bet the end and you raise, I'm just calling. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a pretty big fan of playing the nut flush fast. Okay, so 175 and big blind calls, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he calls pretty quickly.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, he's pretty loose aggressive, so he calls pretty quickly. Small blind folds. Sorry. And then we go see the turn, and the turn is a brick,
Yep.
and then he checks pretty quickly, and so I bet 250.
So the pot's like 500, right? Something like that, ish.
Let's see, 175.
130.
Yeah.
So you bet 250. I mean, so if he makes the call, the pot's going to be 1,000, and you're going to have like 1,500 left. I mean, I probably would get the whole purpose of you raising the flop though is so that you can get some more money in the pot, right? I mean, I probably
I
would
guess,
have bet like
yeah.
maybe 375 to 400 here.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better size. Yeah, I was trying to bet a size that would be enough to induce, but also continue to build the pot. Because if he's only going to call me on the turn, then
Yeah, but if
he
you've
might
got
not have
king
a big
three.
enough hand to call all in.
Yeah, but induce what though? I mean, you've got king three of clubs, right? People don't like suddenly just wildly bluff on a monotone board when they have no flush in their hand, right?
Right.
So that's why I would just go
I just felt-
375 to 400, you know. But okay, you
I
bet
felt like,
250.
if I bomb the turn, then I'm representing a pretty big flush. Whereas if I just bet the turn, I could have an ace with the club, or I could have some bluffs, and he would have to go see the river with just an ace. I'm trying to attack like his hands that have an ace as well
Mm-hmm.
to put him in a because I think I just bomb the turn and he has an ace. Yeah, he could just call and then he's gonna check the river and then how's he gonna call like an all in with just an ace on the river?
Yeah, but you'll still. This is where I get back though. I mean, you're still going to get more value though betting earlier than possibly
Right.
later. But anyway, so you bet 250. He makes the call. The pot's like 1,000. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, he instant raised me to 650.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
big blind raises to 650. So at this point, if you were to call, the pot would be what 1,800, and you've got like 11 or 12 left in your stack. Is that right? About
Yeah, I've
13.
I've got 12. I've got 1290 left. If I call, I'll have even less.
Yeah.
No. If I call, I have 1290. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, so if you call, you have
Which
12.
would be-
It's supposed to be 13, and then 1,800. So you've got about 2/3 of a pot size bet left. I mean, it's hard to fuck this hand up, right? Like, I mean, my gut reaction would be like, even though I like the fast play stuff, like I would probably call here. This might be one of the one rare times where it's like you can't really go that wrong with calling because you're probably going to call with every other hand that you have. Like if you flopped a set and you decide to play it fast, or even like bottom two or aces up, you're not going to rejam. So the chances that the guy, if there is like a bluffing frequency, you don't want to make him possibly like make some sort of crazy hero fold to your 3-bet. And the chances of a fourth club rolling off are pretty slim when you have two clubs in your hand. So I would probably call here in position to the raise. Did you just jam?
Yeah, I tank jam.
Okay.
The way I thought if he has a flush, he's never folding here, which I think is definitely true.
Yeah.
I think if he has a set, he's also not folding. But I'm not sure if he has a set. But if he has a set, he's also not folding.
Mm-hmm.
In a three-handed game, 6 in the morning, where the game's already been crazy up to this point already.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was looking at the number of action-killing cards, right? So there's about 6 out of 42 cards that are going to be flushes.
Right.
And so that's 14%, which means if he has an ace, he's not going to put any more money on that river.
Yeah, but is he really check raising with just an ace though on the turn? I mean, that's where I think that. I mean.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what does he check raise? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like.
Oh, because I bet the 250, which is a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, a guy's not going to check raise like an ace X here. I mean, he's really representing a polar range here on the turn. So, kind of going back to what you were saying before. I mean, usually you don't see somebody bluff here that much, but if it's somewhat of a polar range, then if he does have some bluffs, then by calling, you're allowing him to continue to bluff. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like I'm all for fast playing. I'm all for fast playing. I just think in this particular situation, my gut instinct would be to call. So you jam, and did you get paid off or what?
No, he tanked forever, and he folded, and it was he picked up like maybe one or two hands after this hand because he was, just like background, he was stuck in the game a lot. If he makes this $1,200 call or $1,300 call, he's gonna be negative for the night because he's not going to be able to recuperate. It's very unlikely he's going to be able to recuperate those chips off me in the next 30 minutes or hour of action.
It's interesting. It would be interesting to find out what he check raise folded there. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, like I said,
I'm pretty sure he's ace heavy here. Because like I said, he's very aggressive and he's very willing to put like thin values on the river.
Yeah.
And he's got the aggression, but I felt like I don't think which is why I thought maybe I messed up this hand. Maybe I should call, because he could end up putting like a small block a bit on the river.
Well, if you've got a guy, if you've got a guy that's like sometimes making a thin, say for example, he had like ace 8 suited here. That might be a hand that makes sense, right? Okay. So you raised the flop. He didn't get rid of it. He had a backdoor straight draw on the turn because you down bet. He's like, oh, this guy doesn't.
Well, he had down like ace king, ace queen.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to check raise those turns though with that to a down bet. But even still, that's why I still think it's like a call in position. But I appreciate the call anyways. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.